Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Friday, December the 21st. It is National Marine Day. I'm sorry, it's National Maine Day. I read that wrong. It's also Annie and Samantha Day, which is also on June 21st. I'm not sure what that means. National French Fried Shrimp Day, Crossword Puzzle Day, Humbug Day, Phileas Fogg Wins a Wager Day. Winter Solstice is today. Also National Flashlight Day, National Homeless Persons Remembrance Day, and Yule. It's the day of winter solstice. National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day today, and Underdog Day. A lot of stuff there, isn't there?
I guess so.
Also, I got a quote. Mother Teresa says, "I have found the paradox that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love." That's cool. Guess who I'm talking to today?
Who?
DJ Tanner from Roseanne.
Oh.
Michael Fishman. We're going to be visiting with him. He's on The Conners now. We're going to be chatting with him about his program and what he's up to and all of that fun stuff. It's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix, TIX.org.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Going to block this screen. I have wandering eyes, Heidi. I see you trying to
you do.
Trying to sneak a cheat and peek over here. Not going to happen, lady.
Let's
All right,
do
tell
this.
me. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Pine Heights, Baltimore, Maryland. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Golf course.
And the answer is rehab center.
No, really?
Yeah, I even put my hands up to give her a golf
Wow.
clap. I tricked you. No golf clap for you.
I was so certain.
Yeah, Pine Heights. It's a rehab center. This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com. And this is your brain on drugs. 3 people were arrested Saturday on multiple charges after a shoplifting attempt at an Anchorage Walmart turned into a robbery. The store's loss prevention told police that a woman had pointed a handgun at 3 employees after they confronted her about merchandise in her purse. The thief reportedly left the store in a white SUV driven by someone else. They located the SUV a few blocks away at a Chuck E. Cheese. The vehicle was unoccupied except for a puppy, which was later placed in the care of animal control. Witnesses said the occupant went into the Chuck E. Cheese restroom. Officers searched the restroom. They found a handgun. They found that inside of a sanitary napkin disposal bin, a syringe containing heroin, and some tags that had been removed from stolen Walmart merchandise. 38-year-old Tasha, or Tacey, I'm not sure how you say it, Tacey Chasen, was found in the upstairs bathroom. The upstairs bathroom? Anyway, she matched the description of the suspect, arrested on outstanding warrants, facing new charges, including robbery.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
See?
There's a lot going on.
Bad idea.
A lot going on in that story, Heidi. A whole lot going on. This has been what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, as we pull into the Christmas weekend, a lot of people are going to be going to the big screen, going to be watching movies. It's a big weekend for movies. And so far, Aquaman has brought in $250 million globally.
Don't get that.
There are people who are really excited about that. They had their debut
I
last
like
week.
Aquaman when he was in the cartoons.
You know,
I wouldn't go to a movie about
Here's the
him.
crazy thing. Aquaman in the cartoons was blonde, and the
Yeah.
Aquaman that's in the movie is not. It's a completely different look. There are a lot of ladies who think this Aquaman is dreamy.
I don't think he is.
Well, but you like me, so what do you know? Pete Davidson performed on Saturday Night Live last Saturday after a dark Instagram note that led some people to believe that he had some mental health issues. A lot of people that are reaching out to him now. But actor Michael Rappaport, did you see that? He was mocking his mental health issues.
Did I see what? No, I don't watch anything to do with
Well,
that show. Period.
Okay, Michael Rappaport, a comedian, later apologized for mocking this whole incident, so it turned into a big old mess. That's going to do it for Big Screen, Little Screen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. KFC is selling a fried chicken scented fire log that will fill your home with the smell of their classic recipe.
I have actually seen this
Here's
online,
the
and
thing.
it's selling out. Like they can't keep them in.
I think it's because people are getting them as jokes. Would anybody want that for
I wouldn't
real?
want my house to smell like that.
No, I wouldn't mind it smell like that, but if it does, I want to be able to eat some chicken. I mean, if I walk in and go, I'm in the mood for chicken. Where's the chicken? We don't have chicken. It's just a log in the corner that's on fire.
So silly.
That's just not a good plan. I mean, if you make me hungry for chicken, you better be having some chicken. That's all I'm going to say. So there are people online that were asking why they didn't make mashed potatoes candles and why they didn't make coleslaw candles. And really? How about a biscuit candle? No. How about no more candles? I just don't understand that. So I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. A survey by Graphic Springs found that 19% of people, according to this survey, 19% of people would prefer Santa Claus to be gender neutral.
I honestly am not going to say a thing because I will offend
Not many
19% of the
Probably.
people.
Well, you know what they say, Heidi? If you have nothing nice to say,
That's right. I'm not going to say a thing
you
because
should get
it's
a job in radio.
absolutely ridiculous, that whole concept.
I just don't
grow
get it.
up.
And here's the thing, Mrs. Claus. There is already somebody that's for
Yeah.
each. I just don't get it.
I'm so
we're gonna-
irritated
we're
by
gonna
all
keep
of
moving.
this.
Going to keep moving here because, like Heidi said, we're going to upset somebody, and we're not here to upset. We're here to just inform, entertain, have some fun, and maybe get a little chuckle here and there. And sometimes things that you find humorous, other people don't find humorous. So we're going to just skedoodle down the road.
Okay.
A Bloomberg survey found that 33% of Americans expect the economy to get worse next year. So 33% say we're doing so awesome this year, it's got to get worse next year. So does that mean 67% are saying next year's going to be even more awesome? Is that what they're saying?
I believe so. I think it's going to keep getting better.
So the survey says 33% think it's going to get worse. Does that mean that the rest
You
said it
know
was going to get
what?
better?
You can't. 19% of people think Santa Claus should be confused about his gender. So I'm not even. I really don't care about the minority at this point.
The 33%?
Yes.
That think that it's going to get worse? Well, let's move on to this one because I got a feeling we're going to spend some time on this. A Florida teacher has been fired after trying to kiss a 13-year-old male student. Now, I don't know exactly what happened there, but why in the world would you try to kiss your student? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No, it's a little disturbing that that's even happening.
And this
at
is
all.
cropping up over and over and over. This is not the only
this
incident.
isn't a one-time thing.
No, this
so
is going on all the
there's clearly
time.
a mental health situation with our teachers.
I just don't get it. It seems like it's a bigger deal, like it's happening more, or are we just finding out about it more? Has
don't
this
know.
been going on for years and we just didn't know about it before? Do you think?
Never happened with me, so I don't know.
I thought you were the expert on this topic.
Not even a little bit.
Oh, okay. Then let's move to the next thing. I like this. A growing number of companies are switching to a 4-day work week because they're giving workers more time off, and
I like that.
boosts productivity.
I like that.
So what day are we taking off?
Fridays.
Oh, couldn't do that. This is a Friday. We wouldn't even be here right now.
Oh.
Here's my concern. If we take any time
Can I
off,
just leave now?
If we take any time off, they will realize they don't need us around here. I mean, did I say that out loud? Again, growing number of companies switching to a 4-day work week. What do you think, folks? Would you rather work 4 days? Here's the thing. I think it's
Who
amazing.
wouldn't rather work 4 days? That's amazing.
Well, some people kind of like having a casual day where you know.
I don't think anybody would like to be like, I'd
You
like
never
to go to work on a Friday, but as long as I can wear jeans.
They'd have to
No.
have casual
Wear jeans at home.
Thursdays. Throws the whole thing off. All right, this has been today's Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you trying to find the perfect gift for someone with a good sense of humor? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has a good selection of funny t-shirts and more. Some with Christmas themes. One that even replaces the ugly Christmas sweater for your next party. Find some silly shirts at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Also, learn how you can sell your own designs to make some extra Christmas cash. There's a link at the bottom of the page at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. For those of you who are big fans of television, you absolutely know who I'm talking to here today. We have Michael Fishman. I watched this guy grow up. DJ from Roseanne, and now he's on a program called The Conners. DJ, actually, Michael, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Now, when you go out in public and you're out and about, do people typically recognize you as DJ?
Yeah, it's been a lifelong thing, but I'm really proud of the work we've done on both shows, so it doesn't bother me. I take great pride in it.
And it's interesting because when you started that first show back in, is it 88? You were like 6 years old, is that right?
That's correct.
So for most of us, when we think about what we were doing at age 6, we're in kindergarten, what was it like to grow up in the spotlight like that?
I had this beautiful experience, and I worked with a lot of great people, both the cast that everybody knows, but even now on the Conners, we have a huge group of crew that has been with us on and off for that 30-year span, and then some of these writers have come in and out. So I have this support structure and kind of a secondary family. It was a really amazing opportunity to grow up and work with people that you really respect, and there's so much to learn from. And so they became my extended family, and I ended up with basically 200 aunts and uncles and a lot of people trying to make sure that I turned out the way that they felt was appropriate.
That is awesome. And I think, in addition to the family that you have there on the set, you also have everybody watching. Kind of feels like that you guys are part of our extended family as well. So it has to be kind of weird when you meet people and they feel like they know you, but they really don't.
It's very interesting. I think our fans are closer to us than a lot of other shows. And for me, I always try to make sure that I respect that and interact in a manner where they feel that they have that connection, because we really have shared, unlike other shows, we are very open and we cover every topic, and so people have been able to share some of the toughest moments of their lives with us. And I'm always humbled by how impactful the show has been on people and their transition in their lives. So I really am honored by the support we get. We have the greatest fans in the world.
That is awesome. Now, if you hadn't chosen this path, is there something else that you think that, boy, I always wish it could have been a teacher or a fly fisherman, or what is it that you think Michael Fishman would be doing if you hadn't had the opportunity to do what you're doing now?
Well, it's interesting. I've had a lot of jobs over the years, especially in the interim between. I was a coach and a baseball player and did other things that I really loved. But if I had to pick something, this is it. The one thing I would say now is I love being an actor. As an actor, I am somewhat limited based on my appearance or my age or timing for certain projects. So now what I do is I write and produce and try to create other media so I can tell all the stories that I may not necessarily fit into.
That's awesome. Again, visiting right now with Michael Fishman. You may remember him from Roseanne. He was DJ growing up. He's also been on other programs like Undrafted. And I remember seeing you on an episode of Seinfeld. Now the new program, The Conners. Let's talk a little bit about this program and what can people expect if they haven't yet had a chance to see it.
Well, I think if people haven't checked out The Conners, they really should kind of dive into us, because it's a great way to kind of reconnect and restart with us. And if you've never been a fan, an opportunity. We're a unique show because we tackle every big social issue and everything that's going on in society. Our writers are brilliant, and then we get to do it with such humor and sarcasm and love. It's kind of the perfect job because you get all of the real-life deep topics, and there is some drama, but it's always tinged with humor and family.
And I always liked that from the original Roseanne, and I like the way that that's rolled through on The Conners as well. I like the fact that there's not really an off-limits topic. You guys will kind of talk about whatever and find a way to make people chuckle about it.
Yeah, we don't run away from any topics. It's one of the beauties of our show, and it's something that I think is really important, is in real life we don't get to take topics off, and we don't always agree with the things that other people around us or people that we love have to say or feel about it, but at the same time, we still love each other. So being able to teach each other, joke with each other, and kind of work that transition and share those real moments is an amazing job and a great opportunity as a performer.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat. I read a thing online where they were talking about the Conners, and they said they think this is the first time ever that a spinoff was really more of a continuation because, you know, a lot of the time, like Cheers, they had a spinoff which was Frasier, but it was a completely different story, a lot of different characters. In this, it's really a continuation. You know, it's a different name, but it's the same family, the same house, so many things that are the same. I think that's really kind of a cool thing. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, we really had so many stories left to tell, and I think these characters are so deep. And then our audience is so smart and so invested, and they have a 30-year history with us, and we have a 30-year connection with each other. And I think it really lends to kind of carrying itself forward. There's a lot left to tell.
Well, Michael, thank you for taking a little bit of time to chat with us. I wish you the very best on the Conners. And again, we certainly appreciate you joining us on the program here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Again, Michael Fishman has been our guest, and he's on a program called The Conners. It is on ABC. We're going to throw a link in our show notes to help you find all of the details. It's Tuesday nights at 8, 7 Central on ABC. And again, all of the details in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to this, there's a bridge just for squirrels. A town in Washington State has a treetop bridge, easy for me to say, over a busy road. It's just big enough for squirrels. It's called the Nutty Narrow Bridge. What do you think of that?
That's adorable.
That is nutty, and it's narrow, and it's a bridge. It's been today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, and the word today is flamfoo. 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 What do you think flamfoo is, Heidi?
I have no idea.
It is a gaudily dressed woman who thinks that she represents the height of fashion. She's such a flamfoo.
I know some of those.
Oh, yeah. A woman who wears gaudy clothing. She thinks she's fashionable. A flamfoo. I don't know that I know.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you who it is when we get off the air.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, we know a couple.
Do we know a couple? Mm-hmm. I don't really pay attention to that. Here's the crazy thing. I had to do a fundraiser thing where I had to wear high heels once, and after I got done with that, and it was so painful, I was like, women, you should quit wearing them. Men don't even notice that. I've never even noticed the shoes before. So if you're dressing up and, you know, putting a lot of time into stuff, I don't know. If that makes you feel good, do what you want to do. But I'm telling you right now, I didn't even notice. Thanks for listening to today's grandiloquent word, flamfoo.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix, TIX.org.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I've got the thing on here today. It's a sock monkey wine bottle cover. What? Who needs that? I don't understand.
Who doesn't need that?
I just don't understand these things. Anyway, WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. An apparent Grinch was spotted on surveillance video plowing through a Christmas display just outside of an Indianapolis suburb. Says here, the video is online, by the way, if you want to see it. Neighbors came neighbor's camera captured it. Video starts with a man getting out of a black SUV, then walking up to take a closer look at the front yard where Casey Arnold says her family had a 12-foot-tall inflatable snowman. The man gets back into the vehicle, backs up, and drives through their yard and over the decorations. Arnold says they heard a pop while watching Christmas movies. Tire tracks were in the yard. Arnold says she wonders if the driver was possibly a Grinch who doesn't like Christmas. Either that or they just really don't like inflatable snowmen.
Either that or they lost control of their car. And
no, they stopped. They walked
yard.
over and looked at it, backed up, and then drove over everything. So losing control, maybe of their
life. Are you
life.
sure?
They did. Did you not hear what I just read? Oh, you didn't.
I really don't listen to you.
You were texting my sister-in-law.
Am I supposed to listen to you? Is that part of the job requirement? I don't remember reading that in
Heidi
the job description.
Who the flam foo was when we were talking earlier. She said my sister-in-law. I was like, what? And she's like, no, that's who's texting me. Oh, that makes more sense. I don't know what we're talking about now. This has been today's Weird News. Time now for the moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. According to federal agents, a passenger who arrived in New York City on a flight from Guyana had 70 live birds.
On a flight from where?
Guyana.
Is that how you say it?
Guyana. How do you say it? Guyana?
I don't know. I'm just asking if you know what you're talking about, or if you're just kind of fumbling through the story.
I just roll through these things that I don't know, and then everybody assumes that's how it's pronounced. So it's a flight from 70 live birds hidden in a piece of luggage. He was trying to smuggle them in, but he was thwarted. That's the word in the story. Thwarted Saturday by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Says that they found a black duffel bag being carried by a traveler, and it says the traveler he's Guyanese, a citizen from Guyana. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on there. He was not allowed to enter the U.S. He was returned to his home country. They found finches stuffed in individual plastic hair curlers. The birds are often used in singing contests popular among Caribbean immigrants. The smuggling of finches from Guyana has previously resulted in the arrest of multiple travelers. The seized finches were quarantined and subsequently turned over to the Department of Agriculture officials.
Those poor little things.
I know. 70 of them.
Stuffed in a curler and then all thrown into a suitcase.
That is just not normal. That's bizarre.
Wow.
This is today's Moment of Duh.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story that happened in the great state of Florida, or is it all made up just to trick you? She was just chuckling because I'm covering up my screen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I just don't want you to cheat. You know, those peeping eyes you have over there looking at my screen.
But for what?
Oh, because then you'll win. So here's the story. You win everything. I mean, you win all the marbles.
I never win anything.
You win everything. Okay, fake news or Florida. A Brockville man was arrested during a job interview at Kohl's after he tried to shoplift some Nike sneakers. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think we read that story last week. So doggone it. It is a true story, and I think I already told that to you. Thank you so much for listening to Fake News or Florida. We've got some good news on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Just a short while ago, we were talking about some guy that stole some shoes. Remember that?
Yes.
Well, take a listen to this headline. New online shop gives free men's shoes to homeless for every pair you buy for yourself. So every time you buy a pair of shoes from this group, and they're $59 for the shoes. When you buy those, a homeless person will get a pair of shoes for free.
How great is that?
I think that's cool. So it says it was not uncommon for Tian Mu to pass somebody who was living on the street as he commuted every day in L.A., and he would pass a homeless person and realize that, man, I really wish there was something I could do to help them. So he came up with devoting his heart and soul, S-O-L-E, into his next venture to help the homeless. With a bit of divine inspiration, he came up with Brethren Shoes. It's an online store that offers to give as much comfort as they sell. Homelessness in America is so pervasive, they say, we can't help but feel overwhelmed. But I believe in the kindness and generosity of the human spirit. Brethren Shoes is an e-commerce store for men, and they sell men's shoes. And when you buy one pair of shoes, they give one pair of shoes. And I guess this model was made popular by Tom's Shoes.
Yep.
So they've apparently done this. But he said, unlike Tom's, they focus solely on assisting people experiencing homeless in the United States.
in the U.S. Yep.
So he said, this is where we've got issues right here. I'm loving the fact that they help people everywhere.
I agree. I would rather see everything coming to the people that need help.
The thing that people like the most is they're saying, hey, this is cool because I'm helping, but I also like that I'm helping me because my shoes are more affordable here. So it says all of their shoes are, and I'm looking at pictures of them. They're good-looking shoes. I don't really need any shoes, though.
They really are nice shoes.
You don't buy me any shoes,
I like
please.
them a lot.
Every once in a while, I'll just have a whole other pair of shoes sitting there. I've got like 5 pairs of shoes. How many of them do I wear? 2.
But if you think about it, I'm not really buying shoes for you. I'd be buying shoes for somebody who needs.
Well, there you go.
Desperately.
Hey, then I can give that
shoes.
second pair to him as well. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. There's so much more that we could say, but it's just a cool story. It's in the good news section of the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.